This is Damon McGregor with the Eternal Conversations Podcast. And today I'm going to talk about two superfoods that have really changed my life and my well being and my happiness for the better: turmeric and probiotics. Turmeric is so, first of all, we take so many supplements all the time. I mean, B complex, multivitamins, coconut oil, chia seeds, goji berries, natural chocolate, and the list just keeps going on and on and on and on and on about all the different oils, all the different supplements, everything we could possibly take each day. Every day there's another supplement I see. Almost every day another supplement. I'm like, well, that looks cool, but do I really need another supplement? And how many more supplements can you possibly take in a day? You know, before that, how many supplements can your body possibly absorb? Now, I know that eating whole foods, fruits and vegetables, especially, provides all the nutrients your body needs. But there are some supplements that could just go beyond the bounds of making you a superhuman. But so we're always like, do I really need another supplement? And I've tried a lot of supplements, but the two that have really immediately made a positive well-being impact on me were turmeric and probiotics. Turmeric is an Indian root, a root found in India that has been used for thousands of years in Indian food. It kind of tastes like dill pickles. It has like this dill picklish like taste. I put a lot of ground turmeric. You could buy it whole root and eat it like that, which is probably best. Or ground turmeric, put it in food. When I put it in food, it made the whole pot of spaghetti taste like dill pickle. So I take it in pill form and ground. It's just ground turmeric and then encapsulated. I broke the capsule open, laid it out on a piece of paper, and it was actually quite a lot. Like if I put that much in food, it would make the whole pot taste dill picklish, which some people might like. It might be the greatest thing they ever ate. But anyway, besides that, the effects, it has, it's good for depression, anxiety, inflammation, a whole list of things that is good for. It is absolutely a superfood. You just have to look up the list of all that it's good for. And the thing is that I'm always wary of things being a magic bullet or the all and end all. There's so many things like cannabis oil, coconut oil, turmeric, spirulina, everything that is claims to heal all ailments, mental and physical, from A to Z. And every time I see them, like, I don't know about that. I mean, that seems a little too far-fetched, exaggerated. But in the case of turmeric, it is not. And whenever I take it, when I first started taking it, and when I don't take it and I take it again, I feel very just happy. I feel like my whole well-being, it's a noticeable difference. So there's a lot of supplements that you take, and the difference is not noticeable. It's like, it's a placebo effect. It's more of a placebo effect, probably, than anything. The placebo effect is valid. Like if it's the placebo effect that's causing you to feel better, hey. If it's a sugar pill and you feel better, fine. But whenever you take something and you don't notice the immediate effects, you start to wonder if it's a placebo effect, which causes doubt, which causes it not to work. And there are lots of things like that do, or that the effects are so subtle that you're not really sure, like multivitamins. So if you take multivitamins, like, I'm taking multivitamins, I'm so healthy, and I don't know if it's really doing that much. But the thing is, when you stop taking your multivitamins, especially good ones, when you stop taking your multivitamins, after 3 or 4 or 5 days a week, you like feel groggier, less energy, less mental clarity. Uh, yeah, you feel less all of those things. And turmeric is stronger than that. Turmeric, as soon as you start taking it, I'm not sure about the same day, but definitely 2-3 days afterwards, you will feel a lot better. Happy, you're just happier. You'll feel happier. It's like a natural antidepressant. And even if you're not depressed, even if you're just bored by everyday life of maintenance and routine, and so you're just more, if not, you're just more bored, bland, you'll feel happier. Even if you don't have to go from all the way from depression to happier, just from a normal baseline to happier. It does work. Turmeric, as some say. The other thing is probiotics. Now this stuff, wow. I've been hearing about probiotics for years, and I've been thinking, same thing. Oh, another supplement. Sounds kind of like bullshit. I mean, so all of a sudden now we need probiotics because our gut bacteria is not good enough. So we need to add some to make it better. Sounds like a scheme. Sounds like a scam. So one of my friends, Crown Light, posted on Facebook, he posted this, the best two decisions I ever made in my life were to stop eating meat and to stop drinking alcohol. And since I had partied with alcohol for many years, I thought, wow, stop drinking alcohol. And what an idea. How did you do it? And he said, the best way to start is with probiotics. And basically it's like this. Whenever you are eating junk food, McDonald's, or fast food, and potato chips, and sodas, and beer, and consuming all these things all of the time, the bacteria, the billions of bacteria that live in your gut, get used to this diet. And when you decide, I'm going to stop eating fast food and sodas and beer, I'm just going to make the mental decision to do that, your gut bacteria actually starts starving and dying and metaphorically screaming for more of the same, because that is the diet that they're used to. They're very, very adaptive. If you're eating broccoli and organic fruits and vegetables and the like, then that's what they would be used to. And then when you would introduce a junk food into your gut, it would be like, what's this crap? It would have an adverse effect. But if you're eating crap, and then that's why, like, sometimes if you eat crap and then you eat broccoli and kale, your gut's like, what's this? This is not junk food. I mean, this didn't come from Circle K, your gut bacteria actually becomes dependent upon the diet that you're constantly giving it. So addiction is not always in your mind. It's not always in your brain. It is partially, but it is also controlled by your gut bacteria, which depends on the diet that you have been feeding it. Your gut bacteria literally becomes addicted to your diet, good or bad. And most of the time, for most of us people in the United States, it's kind of bad, So, and there's an actual nerve that goes from the gut to the brain. This is another thing is that people say, well, all of a sudden we need probiotics. What have people been doing for thousands of years? Well, before the turn of the 20th century, before refrigerators, people pickled their crops. People say you had cabbage, say you had a whole agricultural field of cabbage, and or carrots or lettuce or whatever it may be. Well, before refrigeration, they would put them together in jars. You know, harvest. They would harvest what they were going to harvest, put them in jars, put salt, and let them pickle themselves, and so that way they could last over through the winter. That's so most of this food that people ate were pickled before refrigerators. So they were always getting since for thousands of years they were always getting natural sources of probiotics were operating in our bodies. But once we started refrigeration, then people stopped eating probiotics or pickled food, such as sauerkraut is an example of pickled cabbage, which is an extremely high source of probiotics. Actually, 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut is claimed has more probiotics in it than a whole entire bottle of probiotics that you can buy. I take a 50 billion count probiotic strain. I take it twice a day. But so I started taking probiotics. I was drinking a lot. Started taking beer, mostly beer, but I started taking probiotics, and I just felt so much better, so clean. I could literally feel my stomach singing, I swear. I was sitting at the table after taking probiotics, sauerkraut, 50 billion count probiotic pill. There's other things that they sell in the stores, but as soon as I started taking probiotics, I literally felt my stomach singing, like wow, singing. And it's not something I thought about, it's something that just happened and I noticed. So I started taking probiotics for a while, and just I felt real good. But the problem is, just like multivitamins, after a while you don't notice how much better you feel with it than without it. And so I don't know, this is what happened to me. I said, well, I'm going to just eat sauerkraut, because sauerkraut has more probiotics in it than the pills that you take. They can have up to 1 trillion bacteria that go into your gut, like a couple of spoonfuls. So I started doing that. And I stopped buying the probiotics, the live probiotics that come in pill form. And it's very important to buy quality ones, like $20 for a month supply. But the kind that you buy in Walmart and places like that, sometimes they're the ones that are not refrigerated and they're dry. A lot of times they're not active and they're not live. You're not buying real probiotics. You can't buy cheap probiotics, $10 a bottle. You know, that's just one thing that you're gonna have to pay more for, because you want it to be live and fresh, and particularly in the refrigerated. And so I stopped taking probiotics. I said, well, I'm not going to buy the pills anymore. I'm just going to eat the sauerkraut. And I got tired of eating sauerkraut because, you know, I don't think it tastes good, especially, it tastes good on like a chili dog or like some food. But by itself, it's like, oh, I just got tired of eating it. And I just said, oh, the hell with it. Well, then I started drinking more beer, more and more so. Stopped taking probiotics. And I finally just started feeling healthy, and I said, you know what? I'm going to, I need to get some more probiotics, you know, more health food. So went to the health store. It's a place like Whole Foods around here, Vitamins Plus, but basically the same kind of thing. But more actually specific towards vitamins, this place. Started taking probiotics again for the first time it was either 6 weeks to 2 months. And I swear and I was actually hungover the day that I took them for the first time in that long. And I swear in 2 hours, I felt completely not hungover, sober, clear, ready to write a book. My mind was as clear. You should always fashion your mind as a diamond, clear and symmetrical. And that's how my mind felt. And I was like, wow, now I know the difference. You know, even more so than stopping taking multivitamins. You stop taking multivitamins for a while, you notice you're groggy, you're tired, you're less mental clarity. You start taking them again, you slowly start noticing the effects. Probiotics, no, it was like immediately. And within a couple of hours, I felt completely normal. My well-being was perfectly aligned. And so, yeah. So probiotic, turmeric, and probiotics. Out of all the supplements that I could suggest, and there are so many more to suggest and talk about, but those two make the biggest difference, most obvious difference out of all the supplements that I've taken so far. Immediate differences. Not slow, I think it's working, I'm not too sure. Immediately. Peace, happiness, and well-being. And, yeah, so just want to share that. And all thanks to Crown Light for turning me on the probiotics. Which caused me to drink far less and be way happier and literally make my gut sing. And for turmeric. And subscribe if you wish. Watch the Eternal Conversations podcast on YouTube and on eternalconversations.com. Check out my book, Eternal Conversations, and my other book of poetry, Immortalization. Those are the two books I have so far. And peace, love, and light.